Okay, let us start now. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Warm welcome to Abode Masters, Brother Joe Huang, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. Today, I would like to share Master Ching's word of wisdom. Teach the true Dharma and guide people onto the right path. Accepted from Dharma words spoken by Master Ching, dialogue session with entrepreneurs from Philippines on the 1st of July 2026. When Prince Siddhartha ventured beyond the palace, he witnessed the suffering of sentient beings. Material aid is finite. Only the wondrous Dharma can truly deliver people from suffering. Awaken sentient beings and spread sincere love. Teach the true Dharma and guide people onto the right path in life. The blessings we enjoy in this life come from the blessings we created in the past lives. Yet if we merely enjoy our blessings, they will be exhausted one day. Those who are blessed should seize the moment to create more blessings. Going among people to comfort and relieve suffering throughout the world. Guide the wealthy to help the poor, and relieve those enduring extreme suffering. True blessings lies in putting both compassion and wisdom into practice. An for Master's teaching, accepted by Sister Ching from Singapore. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Sahara land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in this world. Now let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our both masters to lead us in paying homage to the triple gems. Let us pay our respect for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Ching Yen by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Abode Masters who could join us today. Hey, and so today we have 3 sharers. As usual, we have Brother Jo Huang who will be sharing on Dharma insights, and followed by Sister Huey who will be sharing on the if everyone sees the same vision and marches towards it. And then lastly, we have Brother Anthony Ng who will be sharing on the 4:30 a.m. challenge, walking the talk with our students. Okay. Before that, let us invite Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary. Sister Su Ching, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sister Lily. Okay. So last week, I'll start with, hold on, I cannot seem to launch this, just a sec. Okay. Brother Alex said that he loved eating meat for many long years, never thinking of the animal's pain or the many tears. But midnight videos changed his mind on the screen, a world of suffering he had never before seen. His newborn son was sleeping in the other room. His newborn son was sleeping in the other room, while animal mothers faced a dark and heavy doom. He saw that every life is precious and unique. Compassion was the only language he could now speak. He stopped eating anything that once had a mother, treating every living creature like a dear soul brother. For 17 years, he kept this deep and firm vow, showing the world how much he truly cares now. He travels the globe, but stays true to his path, avoiding the pain and the heavy cycle of wrath. One simple vegan lunch is a great first task. To help every life is all we really ask. Okay, and Dr. Kevin Huang, who is a chiropractor who heals with soul, helping the body to reach its most healthy goal. He tells us that deep healing starts from within, a journey of health where our new lives begin. A paper cut mends without saying a single word. The body's own silent and clear voice is heard. The nerves carry messages in a loop to the brain, removing the heavy and dark clouds of sharp pain. Stretch out your arms with the letters Y and T to keep your spine healthy and feeling very free. Give your body good soil, like a small growing seed. Pure water and sunshine are what we all need. Sleep well at night so the repair team can work in quiet hours where the hidden mending forces lurk. Let hope and compassion be our own guiding light, making the future for everyone look very bright. Okay. And thank you for listening. I'll stop share and hand over to Sister Stephanie to introduce our next speakers. Over to you, Sister Stephanie.
And so much, Sister Su Ching, for the wonderful recap of last Saturday session. A very good morning, brothers and sisters, and all for joining this week's session of Saturday Dharma. And well, it's been quite a challenging week, and how better to actually come to understanding together, be diligent together to seek the Dharma nourishments. Today, we have a sharer from Malaysia and Singapore, actually, Sister Huey. And the title is truly a very, very timely one. The topic is called If Everyone Sees the Same Vision, Then Marches Towards It. Right. Unfortunately, everyone has their own vision, right? So let us come together and listen to Sister Huey and see how we can see same vision and march towards it. The platform is yours, Sister Huey.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. And for those who are tuning in from a different time zone, good evening to you. I thank you so much for picking this title for me, Sister Ching, because I gave her a list and she probably have this prediction that this will come just in time in continuations of what Brother Joe has shared. From what Brother Joe has shared, I could capture a few keywords that will fuse in very nicely with what I have prepared for all of us here in this room. And this is also a repurpose of what I have shared before in the 26th of June during the volunteer assembly. So two keywords here. One is trust. So just now Brother mentioned about trust is so important, but I'm here to bring us a little bit of positivity, some of the lenses that I have collected from our partners. So I always associate our work just like honeybees, like Nifong. We go around and we learn from our partners and we collect their visions about us and their understanding about us. And number two, also Brother mentioned about for the sustainability of Tzu Chi. And I find this is always the visions or the objective that we have in our mind of why we connect more and why we associate with people and why when we interact, we discuss certain topics, why we don't just talk about, anything random, but why are we very intentional with our engagement? That's because there's always an element of sustainability in it. And that's always a reason that leads us towards not just sustainability of Tzu Chi as a whole, but also sustainability for this environment and this world. That's why the United Nations Agenda 2030 is always our guidance, and we work around it. In a way, for example, whether it is the SDG under review of the year, or it is an opportunity for us to, inspire youth, have solution towards that, and so on and so forth. So allow me to bring my slides with you and pause me whenever you have questions. Feel free, because I hope that this is a session where we learn about each other's work too. So give me a moment. Okay, I believe all of you can see my slide clean and clear. So I believe this is not something new to all of us in this room, because I remember during my last sharing, I talked about how we work hand in hand. And I did mention about a few stakeholders, like how our branches officers, as well as our interfaith community. But today I want to give a little bit more extended version, so we also know what we do with each and every one of them as much as possible. So this beautiful photograph, you can tell it was not planned. It's not like a let's take photograph. It is a very natural scene, candid, that was happening while we had a conversation, and each and every one of us didn't control our facial expression, because that is how genuine it is. It was indeed during the Asia Pacific Forum on Sustainable Development that we suddenly throw a party, that we want to meet with all the interfaith, all the faith-based organizations representative during that time. Then because of that, we realized that we have these commitments of staying connected, and we want to make sure that we put into our calendar every 2 months that we promise that we want to make sure we check on with each other. We want to, celebrate each other's activity and give support. So this will also help you recap a very recent life wisdom oriented Puti that talk a bit about our work too. So I highlighted 3 things from the video from Master Sharing. One is global corporations and UN. So our master mentioned about the importance of expanding international presence and sharing philosophies on global platform. Philosophy in this case It's the everyday work from our volunteers, because you are the walking philosophy too. Then, of course, youth is the future of Tzu Chi, and youth is the future of so many things. So youth empowerment and responsibility. The sense of responsibility will also come through when we give more confidence to the younger generation or our youth representative to step up and take on responsibility and make their life meaningful along the way. So when we want to talk about making their life meaningful, we will have opportunities and platforms for them to share with us, come to us and say, hey, this is what I feel purposeful this life, and this is my recent profession, and I want to test it out. And this is something I want to do, but I am just one person. Can you come and do it with me? Then, of course, the third point that I want to highlight from many of those is the religious harmony or the interfaith harmony. So it helped us to recap the mutual respect of inclusivity and love among different faith actors or different religions without feeling exclusions. So again, come back to the title. When our direction is aligned, we don't just work alongside with each other, we actually multiply the goodness that we bring into the world. So for example, if today we have a voice and we say, hey, you know what? Let's be responsible on your consumption. Don't buy too many things that you do not need. But when we were just saying it ourselves, it's not enough. But if today the ripple effect goes beyond just us, like-minded organization, even faith-based organizations, or people from different stakeholder groups suddenly realize, yes, I agree with you and I want to do the same thing with you, then you can see how things multiply and grow. When you started off with just one person, or when you started off with 10 pairs of hands, things move very differently. So help everybody recap once more. In the last sharing, I shared about the Asia Pacific Faith-Based Coalition and what are the benefits and what are the fruit that we are enjoying right now, because we actually just joined them since February and it's still very, very new. So those are the three things that I want to highlight from this partnership. So one is matching resources. So we're able to identify our strength and fill the gaps of each other. For one example, in October incoming, it will be a World Bank IMF meeting in Bangkok. So it's a fall meeting. It's not happening every year. It's like, wow, finally now it's in Bangkok. But for us, we may not have all these, connections. We may not have all the experiences on how we want to navigate in this world, or what kind of topics that we want to discuss, and how do we want to make sure we don't just have a dialogue for the sake of having dialogue, and how can we tap on existing expertise to help us. So because of this coalition, we're able to piggyback a few organizations, and they help us navigate in this space. So credit goes to organizations like World Vision, Soka Gakkai. They are super, super helpful in hand-holding us and guide us, meaning to say they even help us draft the directions and then just make sure that Tzu Chi has a lens and a perspective in it. Then that lead us to the joint programming. So we want to make sure that it's not just you do something great, we do something great, but how all of us actually can join efforts and we have a deeper community impact. Then mutual care. So it's not really about the work we do, but about how we support each other. I can reveal one small thing about myself today. I'm actually currently tuning in from an apartment together with our friends on Baha'i, because we had an event yesterday and then I decided to just house surf with her. So I realized sometimes that you can just really be yourself, because in the interfaith spheres, we really act and also work like brothers and sisters to each other. So we are very, very fortunate that we actually have this opportunity to do so. Then this is the repurposed slides that I had to share with you the timeline about what happened. So February, if you look into the left-hand side, that's where we were invited and joined the coalition. And then right after, towards the end of the month, we have the coalitions coming together at the UN. Then in March, then that's the time that we get to bring this vision again as a whole to the World Bank in DC and engage with the one and only faith engagement lead in the entire World Bank to say that, hey, you know what? In Asia, look at here. This is a big group of us working together. And this is also where we are ready to come and work with you. Can you imagine when we have our monthly or every 2 months meeting? It's 10 a.m. Bangkok time. So that means it's almost 11 p.m. on a Friday night for her. She would really still join the call because she sees the value in it. And we receive a lot of support too when it comes to curating our plan. We get some advice from her. How are we going to strengthen? What are the gaps that we didn't see as the local actors? So this is so fresh. This is yesterday. So literally it's Tzu Chi and Bahai. If you can recognize some of the faces, the two gentlemen is actually our IYLP fellow, our International Youth Leadership Program. So for those who are tuning in from Tzu Chi Kapong and also Tzu Chi Malaysia, maybe you have seen them before. So the man in Batik on the right-hand side, he was actually the cohort member from 2024, in which he was the one that helped us to secure the grant for the Edu Farm in Malacca. So those in Malacca, you remember we have a farm repurposed from supposed to be a recycling center. Then you have Navish on the left-hand side standing next to me. Navish will probably be one of the sharers next week. So let's not reveal what he is going to share. But very recently, he did join us for a youth program at the UN in Bangkok. And then we realized that, wow, he's just like a sponge and he could observe and have this very neutral lens to see what he could bring to Tzu Chi and what Tzu Chi could amplify. So we realized through interactions like this, we can actually learn and know what are they thinking and where they are coming from. I have a few more examples from different parts of the world that I could share with you. So this is just a highlight of what happened in less than 12 hours ago. So I want to give credits to the lady here, Bahai, Destia. Actually, she's just right behind me. I want to share that, we meet a lot of friends in this journey. And then that journey is not just when you go one point, you see them and that's it. It's always when we go to multiple locations, you still interact with them. But in the absence of this particular person, you can still work together with their branches, their other colleagues. So this is the exact replica of how they work with us and how we also operate too. So we will not be always available in one spot and then, zhao dai and then receive our guests or receive our partners. And yesterday, for example, I was supposed to host a person from Pakistan, but I didn't really have enough time when it comes to traveling. And I quickly called our branch office and Brother Kaming pick up the call and he was my lifesaver for that day. So you feel the confidence to know that, hey, this is a good course and this is something that we want to do together. And you feel equally safe to just handhold this person to a person that you probably just know over the phone. Because this is how Tzu Chi family operates together, whether you are a staff member, whether you are senior volunteers or you are a new volunteers. So people fill in the gaps and people come in and support professionally. We feel the same when we work with our partners too, because when I get the chance to visit their offices, for example, in Thailand, in Singapore, here in Malaysia, or even in the US, we could feel like, hey, that's a sister that you can lean on, or this is the organization that you can just raise your hand and say, hey, this is a bit too much for me and I need some help. And you know that they will come right away to support you. Then, so this is a photograph to highlight who are they and where they are coming from. I believe we have that already at the cover. And this is the group photo that I probably have shared with us to the last sharing. But what I want to highlight here is because we will not be able to make calls individually, like, hello, Soka Gakkai, please make sure you do this. Or hello, Wahai Foundation, please make sure you do that. No. But we really have the consensus to say that, hey, let's stay committed that we will meet first Saturday, this time, and this is the slide. Even coming up with having the slide wasn't our idea. It was spotted by our different colleagues and say, hey, you know what? Instead of everybody go around and share, we may miss something. Is it possible for us to have an empty slides for all and we each fill up our own slide, then we build from there and we have our common shared drive. So this is just turns out to be so beautiful, and you can tell whether people do it very last minute, paste a big photograph, or whether people take time to write it. But this is just like, a guidebook for us to see how each of us progress, what we have done for the past month, where we are heading to, and where we are right now. So it's a very clear glance for us to see the efforts for our brothers and sisters or our faith organizations, friends from faith organizations been doing, like very much updated. And you get to ask them directly too, if let's say something that, oh, probably we haven't know about this particular platform, or maybe we want to acquire a little bit more from their experience interacting in certain program. So you get first-hand information, even though they're coming from different lands, but or different organizations or different faith practices. But programming wise, there are certain level of programming that we could actually learn from them directly. So I find these informal conversations and bringing people together is very helpful. Then I probably want to give everybody a good news. So we often know that we will not be the only voice, and we are not encouraged to even be the only voice that represent Buddhism as a whole. But one thing that we are really good at is becoming the bridge for all. So bridging is becoming one of the services that we have been doing for our colleagues, and it makes things a lot easier because whenever partners want to reach out to us, they know that, hey, Sati, do you want to introduce these extended invitations to another Buddhism organization? For example, INEB, International Network of Engaged Buddhists, or for example, Japanese Buddhism, Soka Gakkai. So we find that it's very fluid, and it doesn't mean that, oh yeah, now I am going to another organizations and put my hand in there and say, hey, I need some help. No, we operate in seamless way, and it feels really nice for us to say, hey, you know what? I think this lens would be helpful. And if you want to do a comparison, we have these partners who are ready. Because of this every 2 months conversation, the ai的存款, the love bank that we have for each other grow and grow and grow. So that helps us to work more, not just when we navigate in the regional space, and when we want to go outside of the region, we get to work together too. This is an extension version, what I promised to you to share with you on what each and every organization help us. So just now we talk about Baha'i. Now I want to bring you to the lens of Soka Gakkai. So Soka Gakkai, we benefited so much from them, not just from one staff member capacity. They have at least more than 5 staff members, then we get to work with them actively. Some based in Japan, some also like a global citizen, a bit like Brother Steve to us, who are based in New York and several locations. And some are young people like me, who are new, who just figure out things, who just find out that, wow, this is what I need to do and this is what I need to learn to represent my organization. So if you really look at the one glance, these are all different locations. But if you really look into that, again, it's every 1 to 2 months we get to interact with each other, be it with Mr. Nobu directly, or be it with one of the staff members directly. But if we want to look into a collective interactions between Tzu Chi and Soka Gakkai, we probably work with them across the year. And I believe even some of the branch offices have already developed natural working relationships too, from a community level. Then this is World Vision. World Vision, it's one of the role model for us because I believe their marketing and their branding is really good, because whenever we want to talk about a faith organizations that you want to say donate or you want to support, everybody will think of World Vision, because I believe World Vision never leave anyone behind, and they will make sure the invitation goes to everybody. So this is someone or some organization that I am learning from. But at the same time, we also learn from their gaps, because they are a huge organization, meaning to say, if today I also interacted with someone from the Philippines, maybe the Singapore one will not know. If I interacted with the one in Singapore, maybe the one in New York will not be aware. So something that I then learned from Baha'i is, if today I talk to the regional office, all of them knows. So we learn from their strength. We also identify their gaps, but it's okay. So it stays the way it is, because not every organization is perfect, but we get to choose and see how we want to improve. What is the next thing that we want to improve? For example, learning from this incident, our sister from the CEO office, Sister Natalia, she is super, super helpful in making sure that all the Asia Pacific branches who are active in the UN work get to talk to each other at least once a month, so that we also do our internal alignment. So just now I say, when we want to make sure everyone sees the same vision and march towards it, it's not just from the interfaith layers, but also on our internal side. So for example, it's a deep consensus that if today we want to talk about, say, post-disaster humanitarian works, you know exactly who you want to look for. And if today we want to talk about refugee works, you know who is the first person that you want to give a call. And through that, different track of professionality, we were able to give empowerment too along the way, because that becomes a thematic expert for us internally. So this is to share with you that our World Vision has a team that also visited Tzu Manila, even though they were so close to us, like less than 10 kilometers, I would say this is close, and they never had a chance to really visit us. So with that, we realized that, we should always get to do this open door gesture to make sure that our partners also come in to learn from us, not just from the regional phase, but also going down to the local. Why? There are always chances where we need to work with each other. And then we will not know that sometimes you need to learn from, or the decision making, or the person who will influence the decision may not come from your own organization. It could be on a decision making table asking, hey, for example, this is from Pax Romana. Have you heard of Tzu? Do you know what they do? If that person didn't know us enough, it's like, I believe they do a lot of things, but I cannot really tell what they do. But if, let's say, through life experiences like this one, coming through one of the branch offices, they will say, oh, you know what? They do this, they do that. They're going to build a hospital soon. They got substance. They are able to share one or two key updates from our end. So that will be super, super helpful to identify our priorities. So for example, I would like to highlight from this man, Suman. Suman is from Pax Romana, and Pax Romana is one of the youth initiative from the Vatican too, which we know that Tzu also interacted a lot with the Vatican. Then what happened is, Pax Romana, they do have a branch or a center in Chiang Mai. So just so happened that we brought up this topic and say, oh, we have a center in Chiang Mai. Next time, if you want to do any training, you can think of us. Then, when everybody in the room realized that, you know what, Tzu has a school in Chiang Mai, Baha'i has a center in Chiang Mai, then we realized almost each and every one of us has a space in Chiang Mai. So is it possible that if in the future we want to do some training, we can do the interfaith exchange program? It could be something informal and fun that you get to stay with each and everybody and learn about their practices. So these are some of the examples that I want to share. And I want to give you some positivity again, and also to again tie in on the trust and sustainability. We're able to do these programs is because we have enough hands and legs and eyes who are with us in this advocacy space. So if every year we just have 2%, our growth is very slow. But because we are able to expand our team, our growth seems to be a lot faster and a little bit more solid. You have more eyes to check on you, and you also have different visions internally to know what is the best for us. Because it could be some of the blind spot that I have, or I pre-decide for some of the branch officers. So to end with, I just want to give you a good news that in the Asia Pacific region, we started off with a regular 4 representative, which I always tell the UN, it's very challenging to have just 4% every year, and we do not know who exactly will be the person or who exactly wishes to be there and wants to do this in the long run, right? For example, like I'm a bit towards gambling to see how many Steve Chu were able to make it. Not really. So in 2025, last year, we expanded threefold. So we have 12 representatives, and now we are into 19. So I believe it's not about the number, but it's actually a reality check to share with everybody that this is the trust that people have in us. That's why they're willing to stretch the table to let us in. And this is also the trust that we have from our different branches, so that they are also willing to bring their work to this advocacy space. So we see this is a twofold, and we are marching towards this. And how are we going to grow this number without just growing the number without purpose, but at the same time, expand this in the long term and make sure that as many people as possible will learn about this advocacy space that we spend almost every day doing. I am realizing that we are finishing our time. It's 7:30 now. So I probably will stop here and hand the floor to Sister Stephanie. Thank you.
感恩 so much, Sister Hui, for once again coming to the platform and updating us on this. I feel that you guys, the youth, are doing such a wonderful and great job. And as you were sharing, I was just from the first time that you shared to today, I can see it's like a net is being weaved. We talk about the net of Indra. We talk about, helping Master to carry the burden of the world with a basket. And, I'm getting goosebumps because I can see that from one, it's really becoming infinity, right? And as Master always say, collaboration. This is the age of collaboration. And you guys are just moving so wonderfully and beautifully. And, well, of course, there were probably a lot of things at the back, but rather seamlessly to create, to weave a net or a basket where everyone's strength come in, and you are filling each other's gap, and and if it's like a tree, then all of us are really growing very wide and very deep with every single experience, and making this a really sturdy, a strong basket that doesn't let anybody fall through. There's no leaks. You catch everyone. And yeah, and I guess while I was writing the word faith, you actually put out a slide that says faith in action. And I think that's truly what it is. We already have a universal loving kindness and compassion. Now, with this faith, we put into action. So much, Sister Hui. And my heart is just bursting with joy. And I think this is a pathway for all the classes that from whether they speak for all the children actually, that to move towards. This is what we hope for. 真的，有你们真好，感恩。I look forward to listen to more sharing, and truly the youth are the power of the future. How? And so much. Thank you. Yeah, Ganam. And yeah, moving on, we also see the power of guidance for our youth coming from our very own brother Anthony, who works selflessly, tirelessly, guiding the young little seedlings that will one day grow into a huge tree like Sister Huey and the 哥哥姐姐 in IYP. So, IYLP. Okay. So let us welcome Brother Anthony to share with us the 4:30 a.m. challenge. Yeah, we need to walk the talk, not just talk. Come, Brother Anthony.
Yeah. Good morning, brother and sister.
Yeah,
Thank you
Sister
for-
Elizabeth Wong say, yes, I want to join already. A great recruitment platform
Yeah.
for
Okay.
Tia. And then,
Thank you for being here. All right. I will actually accompany a lot of these excellent kids. One of these days will be look like Sister Hui. Okay. So we need to grow the young seed. The seed actually start from the school. The seed start from international school, from our TCIS KL. All right. Actually, just simple question I always want to ask in this morning, and what I mean by walking the talk. For me, actually, when in 2019, when I met our Master Cheng Yen, before actually the commissioning of three association, and I just asked the question, I say, what should we do? What should I do actually? And the answer actually is lead by example. It's easy to say to lead by example, but then actually from there onward, 2019 onward, I become very cautious of what I'm doing. And I was thinking that I got to be watched by my children, the school children, the students actually at the school, always watching me, the way I walk, the way I talk. I was become very careful. I got to thank them actually because for the past 6 years or 7 years, it changes me of my character actually totally. And for me, it starts with a bow early in the morning, a simple bow every morning before school. I stand at the school gate, I bow to every student who walk in and I say good morning. Some students will at first shy at first, and they look down, they walk past quickly. So this one is I say, lead by example. This is the morning scene, but it's not a true scene. I got to tell you later why actually this scene was there. I got to thank the children actually accompany me while early in the morning 4:30, and 1 hour of them studying, 1 hour of me learning AI. So this one was created by the AI. And I start to know that actually that new technologies is wonderful, and actually also showing the children how to work with it. And even the children actually today that study in early morning, they know how to use AI to answer a question properly. And when they have difficulties, actually they search from AI, and then to get the correct answer, then before the examination. And that actually have a shorter learning cycle. All right. So every morning, this is what I do. 6:45, I will be in the school. And every children actually from not knowing me until now, everybody will call me, good morning, Anthony Papa. So even they see me afternoon, even they meet me in the evening, they also will still greet me, good morning, Anthony Papa. Because I always greet them early morning, good morning. All right. After months, because I keep doing it day after day, week after weeks, even the students are shy to speak to me, smile with me, because I'm actually like a quite susu standing in front of the school. Okay. They avoid me. Some even actually go from a different lane. Some actually go from different door. All right. Thinking that actually why is one uncle standing in front of the school there. All right. But now actually a lot of teachers actually also accompany me now, thinking that actually that is a good behavior, and the children actually now looking forward to see me every day. And one of the year 7 students, actually many students are one of the year 7 student, and he say actually to me, say, when I see you at the gate, I know today will be a good day for me. And one of the students actually always late to come to the school. I remember, always late. 7:45, 7:40. But lately actually becomes 7:20, 7:15, he came to the school early morning because he told me that he will see me in the front of the school. He don't want to show me that he's late in the school. Okay. So that actually is, that pushing me further that I got to keep this momentum. Okay. So as I say, we can't teach respect by demanding from children. We don't tell them what to do, but we teach by showing ourselves. So this is what Master actually told us, actually lead by example. This year, we're going to say, move on for today. The last we are doing actually 6:45. Today, actually, we do more than that. I realized that year 11 students actually facing difficult time. Year 11 students actually got prepared for IGCSE. Every year that we got the IGCSE student. And this is the time that is the most stressful time in their student life because they need to do something better in order for them to go to a further study, that go to a university or so. So I still remember early the year, I think in March, during March, and in one of the 3 days we entered the class for year 11 students, I shared something with them. All the 8 classes of students I created a PPT, and all the 3 Papa Mama got to present. And I shared a book called Harvard at 4:30 a.m. And this book talks about how Harvard students wake up at 4:30 a.m. to study. They don't wait for the perfect moment, all right? They create it. So I told the students, the success actually is not an accident. It is a choice we make every single day. But the students actually, of course, after finish the classes, they just throw out from windows. They don't remember it anymore. And by the middle of the year, I think start from May and June, some students started coming to me and they say they are worried, and they say, I feel like it is too late. I'm not prepared. I'm scared. All right. So, of course, I listened and I noticed something. The enemy was not the difficulties of the examination. The enemy was procrastination. The voice that always tells them that I will start tomorrow. And I told the children who actually start to worry about examination, I told them tomorrow never comes. Today is all we have. So can we start today? So actually that's come up with our next action. We started with a small group of 5, and every day 4:30, we go online either using Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, whatever works, and we mute ourselves. Okay. For example, the rules actually is here. 4:30 we got online. So today we 6:30 we go online. Today morning 4:30, actually a bunch of students actually already online with me, 2 hours ahead of us actually. All right. And 4:30 to 5:30, they actually mute the phone, and then they start quietly studying and do past year paper, review, and maybe very focused. At 5:30, they turn on and unmute the phone, and they start to share what did I learn today and what challenged me. And so this is the agenda. And we realized that first day, the first 5 students, actually only 4 students showed up. And after 3 days, then the 5 students all showed up. And then they keep encouraging each other. And one student asked me, Papa, do you really wake up at 4:30 every day? I said, I would. So I do. So I show up every day. Okay, I'm not there to supervise them. I'm there to accompany them. I'm on the other side of the screen, reading, studies, taking notes, and they know I'm not sleeping because my video is on. They know that I'm with them. And this picture I generated because actually it's like we are early in the morning on the study tables, on the dining tables, all surrounding me anyway. All the children are surrounding me and they study themselves and I'm watching them and accompanying them. Maybe I take a cup of coffee myself, or maybe I have my notebooks on and I'm doing some readings and doing some PPT on myself. And I'm great because since May until today, May, June, July, and up to today, August, actually I have managed to enter to other school for conducting model courses, more than 30 classes. And I created more than 30 PPT during early in the morning with them. So something beautiful happened, all right? So I'm on the other side of the screen. And I did tell them that, I did not tell them to study harder, but they got friends to accompany them. And they start showing up early. They started encourage each other. If someone actually drop out tomorrow, there was someone to call them up early in the morning, make sure they are up at 4:30. They started to share and what they learned, not because I told them, because they saw someone else doing it. All right. So that's how you look at the screen. These are the screen that the students actually are online. They do reading, a phone facing them, and my phone also facing myself, so that we are all online, a group of us online, and subsequently I got many phones on the table. Every phone actually got 5 students with me. So now actually I got 3 phones actually in front of me, but they don't know each other, but they only see 4 or 5 of them. Why I do that is because last year I started this, but I got 12 students on the same group. But at the end of days, 10 of them drop out. I think actually it's behavioral. One actually start to drop out, and then others actually find the excuse, and actually become a virus spread. And at the end of days, actually, 10 of them drop out, only 2 survive. And one of the student who actually survived, he told me actually, Papa, I think he also showed a video last year and when the result came. And before actually joining me for 4:30, he don't even, in the mock test, he didn't even score a single A. Not in a single A. But during this IG true exam, the results showing that after the prolonged stand with me actually until wake up at 4:30, his result actually end up is to be 7 A's. That's shocking me actually. And then he actually showed a video to thank me. He said that actually because of me, every early morning wake him up, and then that's how it works. I will show you another video here that live, and first day this year, first day, the first 4 actually joined me for this early morning, and after 5:30, they show me actually, and they speak about, they share about what they feel. All right, so I want to show you actually here.
recording，我要大家分享一下感受是怎么样。第一次，第一次就开始有这个4点半起身，可能很难拿怎么样的 ？OK， 来我们来分人。
我觉得还好啊，不会很难，因为我这个星期已经有锻炼了啊，很早起来，我这星期每一天都5点起来啊，所以今天4点半早半个小时，还好。然后昨天有早一点睡啊，9点半之前就睡了，然后起来也不会累啊，起一下刷一下牙，洗脸就上线了。 OK 啊，不会很累。然后觉得真的早上吸收的是比较 focus 一点，因为你比较少 distraction。
对对，没有 disturbance，很 quiet，全部人在睡觉中，你在做一些事情，其实你心里会感觉很开心的，知道吗？有时你在跑在前面的时候，好像你是跑马拉松的人，你在跑前面，后面的人会在做后面，这种感觉是 yes yes，我今天这样早起身，我在跑前面，人家还没有起身，所以我赢了几步那种感觉，你知道吗？我赢了几步。So today actually I'm ahead of everyone.
对，
At least for today, I'm ahead of everyone. 那种心情哦，你就赢了，你知道吗？
对。
OK， 来，一个讲，一个。
我的话，我刚开始起来，我有一点累啊，但是过后到现在做完就精神，就是完全精神，然后没有想要睡了。然后这个过程中，我发现我比较可以有心的去吸收那个知识，然后不会很像不要读这样，就会比较要 try 去学。然后就蛮有效的，我发现，就我把一个 topic 从不会变到at least 我有那个头绪，知道要怎样开始呀。
对，很棒。
对，
其实
谢谢爸爸。
你开始一直在考虑说，why I'm going to wake up so early 啊？哎呦 why 啊？你都问的 why 的，那个 why 其实就前面5分钟到10分钟主导你再开始，其实你会的，你要主导你开始，很累嘞，我又要做这个，但是当你没有人理你哦，但是你已经答应爸爸一定1个小时在这里哦，一定要哦，所以你勉强了 ，OK， 平常你就早上去睡觉了嘞，没有人看住你，早就去睡觉了，找很多理由了，但是因为每个人看住你，你就在用心去做，然后后来15分钟过后，你很专心的，你不理谁看你，你已经知道你在那个学习状态中。我想这1个小时我没有 disturb 你的话，我相信你还会继续的，对吗？
赞同，对。
对。哎，这个
觉得早上起来，或者是我觉得早上起来对我来讲不是什么问题啊。因为我平时也是喜欢早起来啊，不是喜欢就早上起来。
recording， 我要大家分享一下。
Sorry。
觉得早上起来，或者是我觉得早上起来对我来讲不是什么问题啊。因为我平时也是喜欢早起来啊，不是喜欢就早上起来做运动先啊。
然后今天是4点半起身呢，4点半呢，比你平常更早，对不对？
是比平时早啊，但是我觉得越做事越精神吧。因为早上觉得很安静啊，就比较容易 focus 哦，没有这样容易。像如果在下午啊，你很容易就拿起你的电话，然后就开始看，因为很多人 send 东西啊，所以在早上全部人在睡觉啊，所以又不会拿电话，就真的是很 focus 的早上，而且又好像吸收比较多，因为你刚睡醒，然后 fresh mind。
Good， 我这个是我要的，我讲的point全部在这里面了的 ，OK。来，我们最后一位先分享一下。他其实现在我想跟你们讲故事哦。
我 skip 一下了，因为
之前就想做了，
因为我时间is my time concern actually, so I got to finish it off. But just now you saw the video actually. So these are the first time when they wake up and they continue until today. Start actually from the beginning of July, and actually it's already 1.5 months from now. And they knew actually they only got 1.5 months more because by end of September, they're sitting for the exam. So every time actually they wake up, they knew that we feel that our life shorter by 1 day. You know, they share with me actually like every day my life is shorter by 1 day. So now actually they count down to say that by the end of September is my examination start. So now only left 45 days actually. Now they actually can see and they can feel it. So at the end of the day, I make a summary here actually that morning is quiet, no disturbance. My brain works best at 4:30. I used to be procrastination, and now I have a reason to wake up. And knowing others are studying with me make me feel less alone. Early in the morning, even they study alone, but they knew that the rest of the people are with him. I feel more confident now. This is something that very touching me actually. Most of them, they come back to me actually, they say, and this is my favorite answer, I feel more confident now and I can do it. And beginning of September, July, most of them actually, they think that most they can get is just about a C grade. A C grade. And beginning of August, some before the mock exam, they think they can achieve B. Their confidence are rising. So I believe that by September, before the exam, I think most children actually have a confidence to getting most A. But we have the concern actually is not just a result, but actually is concern actually is how they start discipline themselves. All right. When I heard this, actually, I realized that something we don't need a teacher. We only need a companion. There's a reason why Master actually want us to have started a C Foundation association here. A C association, actually, we are not a teacher, we are not a psychologist, or we are not anybody, but we just a papa or mama accompany them. They feel comfortable, all right? And of course, these things of aphorism telling us it's the right thing to do, and just do it. In Chinese, we will say 对的事做就对了. So I always feel that this is the right thing to do. And regardless how small it is actually, all right? So we don't need to be a perfect into inspiring them, but we just need to be present. And simply just every day 4:30, I did not teach maths, I did not teach English, I did not teach physics and chemistry. But just because I woke up at 4:30, standing beside them, and then they start learning themselves, and that's touching me, all right? And when we show up, they show up, okay? Small thing, but as Master said, we have to 恒持, 坚持, so do consistently. Actually, our kids also the same. They may wake up today, then they ponteng tomorrow, and then because they ponteng once, they'll ponteng more. But because I shown up, they feel that it is the commitment that I have shown. So they also wake up every day. Until today, even today is a Saturday, Today is Saturday morning. They did not have to go to school. And remember last week, some kids actually told me that 4:30 they woke up, and then when after review at 5:30, take a break of 15 minutes, they start to study until 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. From 4:30 until 8 o'clock. And the children of the rest actually are not up yet. Not up yet. People still sleeping. And then he called me up, he said, Papa, my day started so early that I feel my day already almost end, and then those people are not up yet. And now I got plenty of time to do whatever I want. Wow. I say, son, same, you actually, because of you, same to me. Early morning, I wake up at 4:30, and I have to do my Tai Chi or whatsoever. I finish at 8 o'clock, and then I just start to think about what I'm going to do today. But I have done most of the things I want to do. I even finished one of the PPT for the next lesson next week. And yet, actually, I wonder, I still got a lot of time. Should I go for a movie? Should I go and read something else? There's a lot of time left. So about agreeing a study session, when we show up, they show up. Okay? So when we act, they act. When we walk the talk, they walk the talk. They walk with us. Finally, to all our year 11 students, I would like to say, we are proud of you. Not because you will get a perfect score, but because you shown up. At 4:30, you show up for yourself. All right. So I feel when the children actually always show up early in the morning, then I got to think about, I got to find something to do early morning at 4:30. At first, actually, I woke up at 4:30 for the sake of accompanying them. And because of 4:30, I woke up and then I got to find something to do. And I start to learn AI. I start to create songs. I start to create videos. I start to create images. And I learned a lot for the past 1.5 years. I think I grow better than for the past whole year when I think I want to do something, but I never do. I want to do something and I always procrastinating myself. I always think that when I got time to do, I will do. But now I think I got a lot of time to do when I actually sit early in the morning with the children. So here again, I got to thank you for all the brothers and sisters to listen to me. I hope that these are I'm planting the seed that one of these days they become excellent kids. That's all I need to do. Thank you very much.
No, God, and so much, Brother Anthony. You are really, truly a very diligent farmer. And that is what education is about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Always lifelong farmer, lifelong farmer. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Continue to nourish. Show up
Yeah.
is nourishment already.
Yeah.
Accompanying them is really giving whatever they need to let them grow. And I really, very heartfelt that you always say small little things, but yet it's these small little things that continuously put into action that makes it the difference. And so much showing us, inspiring us. Okay.
And it let me feel that I'm younger anyway.
Sorry? You feel younger?
I always feel younger because I got a whole bunch of kids actually, all 15, 17 years old with me, surrounding me. And when I speak, also must speak so young with them. All right. Thank you so
Truly
much.
can feel like this is an extended family.
Yeah.
Extended family. All the love of Tzi Papa Mama and inspire us to also want to join Tzi Papa Mama. Okay. How? I think today that we have very grateful to all our three sharers, starting with Brother Joe in the morning, Sister Huey, and then now Brother Anthony. And we all see that if, we set aside our differences, if we can all have trust and faith in the right direction, yeah, and move together despite whatever differences we have, we truly, truly can bring a lot of joy, a lot of peace, and do great things together. 对吗？好。And before we end, we also would like to take this moment. I would like to take this moment to also regarding Brother Joe's personal thoughts just now. I think we should all just be very patient, have faith and trust in the legal process, and wait for the best outcomes. But we never stop moving forward. Yeah, on the journey, on the path. 好，So 感恩 once again to all the brothers and sisters for your diligence coming together to learn together. And before we end the session, shall we all rise and pay our respect to the Triple Gem by offering 3 sincere bows. Palms together. Bow. Second bow. And third bow. And also a bow to all the old shifus. And let's move forward together, brothers and sisters, everybody. Wishing all have a wonderful weekend. See you again next Saturday. And
Have a
bye.
wonderful weekend.
Yes. Wake up earlier, 4:30.
4:30, yeah.
Start the day earlier.
But must sleep earlier lah.
Must sleep early, yeah. Good lah,